Hey, it's Sol. It is August 24th, 2018. This is Warcraft Weekly, and today's episode is brought to you by Underwood Productions.
Watch awful movies headlined by outdated previews, and experience your own personal hell while listening to this sultry voice.
Bleh. Bob is on site over at what looks like a very different underwater bar. Bob, where are you now?
This time I'm off the coast of, I forgot. But the drinks here are just as amazing as the last place. Like, all I have to do is open my mouth and it all just comes washing right in.
Wait. You're drinking the water that you're in. You're not actually drinking the stuff at the bar?
Wait, how does that work?
So while Bob's learning social conventions, let's get to the biggest news this week. I got them BlizzCon tickets, baby. Woo! That's right, folks. We proved it. Little phrases, upvotes, it all paid off. Cancer,
You're next.
so I got all the tickets that I needed. Actually, I have too many tickets. I have 2 extra tickets. Yeah, so guess what? It's time for a contest. This is a very, very special contest where I'm going to take the 2 extra tickets that I have to BlizzCon and I will sell them at cost to a lucky winner. If you don't care about this contest, you can skip ahead. The navigation thing is right down below and just click on the link to go where you want to go. For the rest of you, here's what's going on. Like I said, I'm going to sell 2 BlizzCon tickets at cost with, the ticket and the virtual ticket and the goodie bag, all that stuff is coming. Here's the twist though. These aren't just tickets. These are benefit dinner tickets. So these aren't the $200 plus fee tickets that you'll be buying. These are the $750 plus fee tickets that you'll be going for. Yeah, the navigation is still down there, by the way, if you want to skip this. So for those of you who are interested, this is not just going to be a first come, first serve sort of thing. This is going to be a contest. We're going to have a little bit of fun. All you have to do, folks at home and on the toilet, is tell me why you want these tickets. And by the way, whoever's chosen, you do not have to buy both. You only need to buy one if you really want to. That way I can either choose a runner-up or I'll just do another contest. So tell me why you want these tickets. You can just type it out, you can make an audio thing, you can make a cool little video, whatever, but however you want to do it, you need to send it to this email. I'm going to point somewhere. Send it to that email at solsobreezy@gmail.com and in the subject line put in BlizzCon. Otherwise, I might miss it and you will be screwed. These entries are all going to be looked at by me. I am the sole judge, so you'll be appealing to me, pretty much. So be creative, be genuine, or lie really well, because it's not like I'm going to notice anyway. But whoever sends the most impressive entry, I will contact you directly so I can arrange this whole purchase thing. And once all the dust is settled and we have everything squared away, I will announce a winner at the next available weekly. This contest is going to run until 11 o'clock Pacific on September 3rd. I'm going to have more details below. You can ask me questions, whatever you want, but I want to make sure that all this is totally above board. That's why I'm doing this like super public, all right? I'm sticking my neck out for you, so it would be great to have you join us down over at BlizzCon. If you're really up for it, can have some chicken and waffles maybe? I don't know. So good luck to all of you who are interested. And for the rest of you who, for some reason, didn't skip this part, why? Why did you listen to all of this? So let's finally get to some news. Bob, go.
Oh, dang it. Ian Hofstetter and his friend, Lore, they did a developer Q&A just the other day. They answered questions that nobody wanted to have answered. And instead of begging for forgiveness, they had the audacity to answer questions meant for uninformed people like God.
Yet another Q/A with almost no concerns addressed and no problems fixed. I think these Q/A's like therapy sessions for Ian to make himself feel
Remember
better.
when they put content in the game instead of nonsense to simply extend the time it takes to do anything? Getting sick of
What
this.
a positively mediocre Q&A. Lol, instead of fixing their technology, they're just going to make it cost more to post a single item to the auction house. I'm done with this dev
Where
team.
the ampersand asterisk exclamation point @ are these questions coming from? I don't know anyone who cares about any of this hashtag $% triangle thing.
No PvP vendors because players can't be trusted to buy the right thing. amazing. Unbelievable. He knows we just spent an entire week with war mode on RP servers being sharded with all RP servers and not just their own, right? We're not blind.
And as per usual, about half of these, if not all, are going to be half-assed responses or avoidance of the topic entirely.
People didn't like world scaling in 7.2 and don't like it now. They scaled it back after the outcry, but it's come back and it feels bigger and better because of the stat squish. Also, I don't buy Ian's justification of needing the system. Adding HP to mobs does not make it more challenging, but just makes it more tedious.
So yeah, cool, great response guys, well done. There was some good stuff, some healthy discussion, some back and forth, but I'm just gonna stick to the highlights. Next week, a couple of cool things are going to happen. One is that Heart of Azeroth knowledge is going to start kicking in. Without getting into too much details or stupid math, the artifact power needed to level up your Heart of Azeroth is going to start going down, 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 down. Also, in an admission of foolishness, Ian announced that Azerite gear is going to now be made tradable. And as a reminder, there are add-ons that can help facilitate the trading of personal loot, because you can count on getting a whole bunch of whispers. If you want to go low tech, here's a tip. Once you're in a group, type the following: /DND space f*** off. I'm not going to trade with you.
It's also a great tip when you're running around the world and some random add-on called World Quest Party tries to harass you.
Also in the near future are going to be improvements to the auction house and hopefully the guild bank. You might have noticed terrible lag when trying to post auctions or otherwise interact with the guild bank because it's 2018 and things start breaking down after a while, I guess. Ian said that this is going to be addressed on the back end, but at the same time, they're going to do something with the auction house, which I've been waiting for like kind of ever. The goal so far is to make it so that you're unable to post multiple stacks of a single item. Blizzard is going to attack this indirectly by making it so that if you post multiple stacks of a single item, it basically costs you more money. This is going to show up on the PTR first before it's deployed to live servers so we can test it out or otherwise find out what the heck is Blizzard really trying to do. Personally, I'd be a bigger fan of just having a minimum stack size to post, but that's just me. In a recent hotfix and what sort of mirrors some of the questions that were answered in the Q&A, PvP scaling was also addressed to make it so that, well, low levels are not going to be strong as high levels. Wow. Another related fixes, water is now wet. The sky is in fact above and not below, and we will never ever get back together. A recent interview with PC Games and during Gamescom indicates that Sylvanas is not, in fact, going to be Garrosh 2.0. So I'm reading from the article here. It says, the key thing is that it's all part of a story thread that we had planned out for a long time. The Sylvanas burning of the tree was maybe a low moment for the Horde, and the Saurfang piece was maybe a high moment. But those are just the first couple of drum beats of a very long story that we're telling in Battle for Azeroth. We're super excited with where it's going to go, and I can just say that we're not going to do to Sylvanas what happened with Garrosh. So on the surface, it seems pretty clear that Sylvanas either just won't die, or she won't die in the same manner that Garrosh did. On the surface, she may not be a raid boss. On the surface, she might not get gripped by Anduin's big holy hand and struck down by Naru lightning or something like that.
Hey, I'm imagining that in my head, and that would actually be pretty awesome,
Yeah, it would. That'd be really sweet. So I don't really have a complete thought in my head at the moment, but what do you folks think at home and on the toilet? What do you think Sylvanas' final fate is going to be? Or do you even think she's going to meet this in this expansion or in the near future? I know it's really easy to fall into less productive arguments like saying, oh my god, of course it's, Blizzard loves Sylvanas, total pro-horde, blah blah blah. She might be doing her own thing and then all of a sudden, boom, this big wooden enchanted axe is just embedded into her back. She falls and Malfurion Stormrage is there. He's like, yeah, that's how it felt, But this is, if nothing else, a bit of reassurance for us horde players, us cucks. At least we know, or at least we've been deceived into thinking that Sylvanas is not going to meet a similar fate. It's not going to be another dead war chief trope. Maybe she'll break the mold. Maybe she'll pull a Thrall and somehow walk away, passing it down to someone totally unworthy. Which I don't know, maybe that would be, God, I think that'd be worse.
Activision Blizzard put out a statement announcing that Battle for Azeroth became the fastest selling World of Warcraft expansion ever. Say whatever you want about how they came up with this number, and face the cold hard fact that this old game still makes tons of money. It survived entire console generations, US presidents, and warlords of Draenor. So congratulations, Blizzard. And bring back rock and roll racing.
Anyway, let's move on to one of the last items. The Baa'l pet has been discovered by the Discord Secret Finder community. I made a guide for it, and you can take a look at a link below to help you out. And I do recommend getting it because it's not that bad. It's just a lot of flying around. There's a little bit of difficulty with swim speed and trying to get to certain areas without dying. I found it to be fun, and there is a chance that this could lead up to something even cooler down the road. Now, there was a recent tweet by Muffinus, aka Jeremy Fiesel, like the real one. He said here that the Hive Mind mount, which is supposed to be this weird floaty thing that's like a multi-passenger flying mount, unfortunately, it didn't make it into the Battle for Azeroth. At least not yet. So we'll have to see when or if this mount is going to make it, and if this Baa'l pet is going to be related.
What are you talking about, Soul? I have the mount.
Wait, you have it right there?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Well, of course you can't. It's a jellyfish.
Dude, don't mess, man.
I'm not. Ha.
We're done. So how was your week, everybody? This was week 2 of the Battle for Azeroth, and I've been farming the crap out of world quests. You guys would probably know if you were watching the stream. And I admit I was a little bit salty on Tuesday when I thought, hey, look at that. I see a world boss world quest, and I was about to go when one of my guildmates had stopped me. I mean, I knew that world bosses weren't supposed to be out, but just seeing it there just kind of gave me that glimmer. It's like, ooh, oh my god, oh, really? Ugh. So that took me a few seconds to get over, but otherwise, so far I'm still having a great time over in Kulturas and Zandalar. So far the scaling hasn't affected me one bit, but hey, that's the perks of being a tank. And by all estimates, I'm thinking that by next week or so, I'll have completed Pathfinder Part 1. It'll give me a little bit of time to relax before Biffa Season 1 starts with the raids and like the keystones and the PvP stuff. The one thing that I do find unfortunate is that I more than likely will not be able to get the Honorbound rep to Exalted, which is what I need in order to unlock the Mag'har race, or for you Alliance folk, the Dark Iron Dwarves. It's kind of a bummer, and I'm pretty sure that by the time we get raid started, it's going to be around that time, maybe a couple weeks in, when we're going to start seeing people unlock these 2 allied races, and at the same time, you're going to see complaints from these players going like, ugh, I really wanted to have my race available at this time, so that way I could have it raid ready, and so on and so forth. So I anticipate some bad feelings, a little bit of drama, but that's just kind of how it goes in this world of, Warcraft. So that is it from me and Bob, and I'm grateful that you watched. Please, oh please, don't forget to follow me over on social media or over on Twitch for my streams. Support this channel by liking this video, subscribing if you haven't already, and otherwise, just being awesome, leaving comments, being part of the contests, and most importantly, etc., etc. Don't forget to enter that contest to get a chance to buy these benefit dinner tickets. All you have to do is send me that email with that subject line and simply tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Anyway,
Hey,
God damn it,
nothing
Bob.
but
All right, we're out. You guys have a good one. We'll see you
Tell
next
me
week.
why.
Until then,
I
stay safe, stay
never
happy,
wanna
and stay
something,
breezy.
something. I want my BlizzCon benefit dinner tickets.